On page 183, I find this chart really helpful. When we talk about inequalities, they're mathematical sentences that contain one of these four symbols. We're really good at these as a general rule when it already writes them for us. It becomes more difficult when there are story problems, and guess what we're going to do? We're going to do some story problems. So if you ever get to a story problem, and you're like, I'm not really sure which one, this list of words right here is outstanding. Okay? And so I'm on page 183, and now you can see it. This chart right here, I would make a mental note of. If you know, you sometimes have a hard time figuring out which way the alligator bracket goes, and I still think about it as an alligator mouth, okay? Is more than, exceeds, is greater than. All of those refer to this symbol. This is extremely helpful. Turn the page, please. Okay. We are going to do 3 things on our assignment today. We are going to write an inequality, meaning I'm going to look at that chart to see if I can make it. Not solve it, not do anything, just make a sentence. You're then going to state if it's true or false. Well, wait a minute. How would I know if this is true or false? If x is 20, is 20 take away 11 less than 9? No. So is this true or false? It's false. So you would just say true or false based on the information they give you. Not so hard. Again, this part of the assignment I think everybody's going to rock it out on. Can I graph it on a number line? Open dot, close dot, make sure it goes the right way. I think we can do all of those things. Does anybody, and we are only going to do part of this page. Okay? Before that, though, I want to turn to the next page because we're also going to do some one-step inequalities that are just like equations. They're exactly like equations. The only difference is you have a greater than or less than sign. So, for instance, on the bottom of page 187, it says solve this and then graph the solution set on a number line. Well, if I want n by itself, what is the inverse operation of subtract 8? Add 8. If I add 8 on this side, I have to add 8 on this side. Notice that the inequality sign stays the same. It's exactly like equations. The only difference is that instead of an equal sign, you keep the inequality symbol exactly the way it is. Open dot or close dot. Open dot. N is less than 23. 20 is less than 23. It goes this way. I think we can do all of these things because, to be honest, all of these things are 7th grade skills that we did last year. You'll notice right here there's no 8 anything, okay? Because all of these things are from last year. However, before we get to the harder 8th grade stuff, I wanted to make sure we had it. And so your task today is on page 185 to do 11 through 29, 31 odds. I'm sorry, 31 through 31 odds, because I want you to do the can you find their mistake problem. That's my favorite. And then on 189, 11 through 17, the odds. If I have been boring you to tears so far today, move on. If you're like, oh crap, I kind of forgot this, I did it a long time ago, I'm going to do 1 or 2 problems on 185 and 1 or 2 problems on 189 together. All right? That's today's assignment. Answer me this. How many of you think you're going to be listening to me if I talk? Couple. I'm going to sit up front with the group then and do it up there. Okay? So, because I just saw everybody just go to work. So, if